So someone told me that Sandbox pumped without you. Well, me too. So don't worry about it. We're both on the same boat. In this video, I'm going to tell you what you can do since Sandbox or the Sand token pumped without you. Hey everyone, I hope you're doing well. My name is NHM and welcome to the channel. So in this video, I'm going to talk about what to do if you missed out on Sandbox. I'm going to give you some reason. I'm going to keep you rational in this case, and I'm going to help you get over this by telling you about a lot of coins that have huge Sandbox potential and maybe even bigger potential than Sandbox itself. But first, let's start by taking a look at the general market overall. Let's talk about Sandbox specifically, where it's at right now, how it did after the pump or the huge pump, and why it crashed the way it did. And I'm going to give you alternatives towards the end of this video. Before I begin, if you're someone who's struggling with crypto and you're not being successful and you feel like it's too much for you, all the NFT, the crypto and everything that's going on, I got you guys covered. On this channel, I talk about crypto news, crypto updates, what altcoins can do well potentially. Obviously, none of this is financial advice, but I highly recommend you guys subscribe to this channel just so you would stay updated on the latest crypto news and on the latest rational explanation behind everything that's going on. So subscribe if you're new here, and if you're already subscribed, I highly appreciate you guys, and like the video. And now let's go. So let's start by taking a look at the whole market overall. If you take a look at CoinMarketCap, the general market or the whole market cap is $2.6 trillion, which is fairly stable, not too bad. Bitcoin is at 1 trillion, Ethereum is at $540 billion, and hopefully soon we will see Ethereum overtake Bitcoin, but that's a topic for another video. Now, what's happened recently is we saw the huge metaverse pump. If we filter out and put in metaverse, take a look at Decentraland, it pumped tremendously, but right now it's at a cool off stage. For the past 7 days, it's down 12%, Axie is down 3%, Sandbox is down 13%. Let me specifically focus on Sandbox for this video because, so right now the price of Sandbox is $6.43 and the all-time high about a week ago was $8.4. Now, when Sandbox reached $8.4, I specifically came up to this channel and I made this video just so I can protect you guys. And if you want to check it out, click on the link up there after we're done with this video. But I specifically said, please be careful. But again, I'm not saying I'm a genius. I also said, be careful and not buy when it was at $4. So if you listened to me, you probably missed out on a 2x. But if you listen to me right now, you would have probably not missed out and stayed on the sidelines, which would have been better. Now, again, this isn't about me, but what this is about is the whole idea of don't buy into FOMO and don't buy into the hype. When there's hype in something, please be careful and be very rational. And if, as I said last time, if you wanted to buy Sandbox, make sure you were willing to hold it very long term because we could see a crash like this happen. So it dropped from $8.4 to $6.5, which would suck. Trust me. You don't want to be that guy who bought up there. And if you did, it's totally fine, just as long as you actually believe in Sandbox and you know that the project is going somewhere. Which brings me on to my next point, is that Sandbox needed this cool off because the market cap is $6 billion. Now, I know $6 billion for crypto is nothing because we see something with a $6 billion market cap and we say this is a small to mid cap coin, which has a potential to 10x. But put it into perspective. Take a look at Minecraft, for example, which is the biggest game. And let's take a look at the market cap of Minecraft. And it's technically worth prediction, or the precise number is $1.7 billion. And keep in mind, Minecraft is the most popular game in history of video games and having been played by 166 million players in the month of August 2021 only. So in 1 month, you had 166 million players. Sandbox, or Sand, or the whole Sandbox ecosystem is nowhere near the Minecraft one. And understandably so, I'm not bashing Sandbox. I truly believe in it, but it's just still at its beginning stages and it's nowhere near where Minecraft is. So it's definitely not ahead of it in terms of how much it's actually worth. So for that reason, a cool down was definitely necessary. But that being said, that doesn't mean that Sandbox can't decide to go up to $10-20 soon. We already established that with crypto, fundamentals don't really drive the price. It's all the hype and FOMO and people just dumping money into coins, which drive them up tremendously. So in this case, we don't know what will happen, but if you want to think rationally, 6 billion is already high for what Sandbox is, even though for the future, I do see this being $100 billion coin. Now, again, if you buy right now, make sure you're willing to hold it long term. And honestly, from a 6 billion to 100 billion, the 20x is not so bad, honestly. It's actually amazing, but make sure it's going to be long term. Don't put in money in Sandbox right now thinking by the end of 2021, which is less than a month from now, you're going to be a millionaire. So be careful with that, unless you're already a billionaire, if you know what I mean. So, and you're probably not watching this video if you are. But anyway, what I want to tell you about in this video is to look at other projects that have been silent. I'll give you an example. For example, there's a coin that I've been watching which is called Radix. If you take a look at this coin, notice how it was looking since this goes as far as November 18 of 2020. It's been sideways, accumulation phase, and then it broke out just recently. So I bought this coin about 11 cents average, and right now it's sitting at 39 cents. Now, if you were subscribed to my Patreon, you would have probably heard my call and you would have bought it. But I'm no genius again. I didn't know that this was going to happen specifically at this time. It just happened to have happened right a month after I bought, which was lucky from my end. But I just bought this because I checked this chart. I was like, this looks amazing. Let me look at the fundamentals. I looked in the fundamentals. They also checked out. So I went ahead and bought it, and which is why I'm telling you that you guys should do the same. Not saying you should buy this, but you should do the same by looking at the coin, looking at the chart, make sure it looks good, and then you look at the fundamentals, make sure that also looks good, and then you can proceed and buy it, also of course with caution though. And the same can happen with many other coins. So what happened with Sandbox right now, we can agree that we missed out, you and I, we missed out on this run up, but that doesn't mean we can't buy if it drops down to, let's say, $3.8 or $4. I would buy personally if it goes down to $4. So, but again, we're not gonna do these gains in that quick of a period of time, because take a look at this chart. Doesn't this look somewhat similar to Radix chart? It's accumulation. There's been accumulation, and then all of a sudden we broke out after all the hype that happened. But then again, no one can predict when these moves can happen, but all you have to do is be prepared and be ahead of the curve or ahead of the herd, and just be positioned in these coins and then sell when the hype arrives, just like what happened in EXRD, like the chart that I showed you earlier. Now, other coins you can look at, which you can definitely look at right now and probably buy them after this video if you decide you want to buy. For example, you can take a look at coins such as Chainlink. This is one of my favorite coins. It's an oracle. If you haven't heard about it, you can check it out. I have a video about it. I can link it in the description as well. So take a look at how it's looking. Now, it's definitely not in the accumulation phase, but we saw a huge run up to $52, and right now we're sitting at $24, which is what I always say, buy discounts. This is a 50% discount. For what Chainlink does, it's the best in its field, which is a decentralized oracle, and I don't think anyone comes near to it and can't compete with it. So 11 billion market cap isn't going to stay for a long time. I feel like eventually we're going to explode past that to 20, 30, or even more, because all projects are going to be utilizing Chainlink, and they already are. Even in the NFT space, a lot of them are using Chainlink incorporated with their launch of their NFT sets. Now, obviously, guys, be careful, because if Bitcoin drops, everything is going to drop. That's how it is. It is what it is. But if you have conviction about a project and you decide, okay, I believe in Chainlink, and right now it's at a good discount range, that's all you need to do. You should just understand what you're getting into and notice that the price right now is decent, and just buy. So if you bought Chainlink when there was hype, so let's use Chainlink as an example to compare it to Sandbox. So Chainlink pumped. It did a huge pump right here all the way to $52. If you bought right here when everyone was hyping about Chainlink, you would have been down ever since May of 2021, which would suck, because it's almost 6 months in and you're down 50%. So that's why I need you to be careful with stuff like that. And another way you can avoid all that is by doing dollar cost averaging, which is if you bought some here, that's fine. And then if you bought more here, that's fine. If you bought more here, that's fine. Your average would be somewhat around this area right there, which isn't as nearly as bad as buying up there. Another coin that dumped tremendously is OMG Network. I talk about this in a lot of my videos. Now, notice how it dumped after. Now, the reason it dumped, I also talked about this in my other videos, but it dumped a lot. But right now it's at a huge discount range. So buying this is probably not a bad idea. Although I would be careful with that, because we made a low, and then if we made a lower high right now, I would honestly just get out of it completely and just abort on OMG Network. But plenty of other plays out there. There are many coins which you can find. Just make sure you understand what you're getting into. Now, if you want to be safe, right, the safest out of the bunch, and do I don't want to say guaranteed, because there's nothing guaranteed in this space, but a very conservative 5x for your money, I would say Ethereum. Because a $20,000 Ethereum, in my opinion, is conservative, but I'm not saying 20k ETH by the end of this year. This could go on to late 2022 or even beginning of 2023, which if you're in it for the long game, you're doing the right thing. If you're in it for the short term, well, good luck with that. It's going to be hard for you guys. For me, it's easy because I'm playing the long game. So if I buy ETH right now, I'm going to hold it up to for 20k, or let's say 15k is also not bad, which is a 3x from here, which is a 200% gain, which is something that no other market can create. I know we see a lot of titles on YouTube with the 10x everywhere, 10x here, 10x there, and everyone's doing 10 and 20 and 100x's, but a 2 to 3x is also amazing, and it's nowhere to be found other than in crypto. And if my whole point, if you want to take away only one idea or one lesson from this video, is when there's hype, just be careful, think rationally, because emotions are going to kick in and you're going to feel like you're going to miss out, and you're going to buy, and sometimes you're going to be lucky and it's going to keep going up, but most of the time you're buying the top. Trust me, I've been there. I've bought the top plenty of times. I bought Litecoin at 375 back in 2017 when the bull run happened, and you know what Litecoin's all-time high was? 375. Look right here. Well, it shows that it's at 350 right here, but some exchanges went to 375. That's back in 2017. I bought this and I rode it all the way down. So don't be like me. Learn from my mistakes. Dollar cost average. If I had dollar cost average, I would have been fine by now. Well, I did. I think, yeah, I bought on the way down as well. But anyway, it sucks. It stings when you do that. So be careful. Buy things when they're at a discount. Buy things when they're cheap, and have conviction, and know when to dump them. Don't be married to any projects. If you feel like a project isn't performing as well as you want it to, now I'm not saying if you buy it right now and you don't become a millionaire next day, just sell it. Just give it some time. Because in crypto, everything takes longer than anticipated. Give time for stuff to happen and work accordingly. So that's it. Thanks for watching. I hope you enjoyed the video. If you did, leave a like, subscribe if you're new here, and I'll see you on the next one. Peace out.